So ICT is a massive subject in education these days, from coding to computer science, and especially internet safety. How do you navigate all that? And where do you start if it's a career your pupils want to pursue? Hey, Adam here at Twinkl. I'm with Digital Forensics with Florence Nkosi, and we're going to be talking about all things computing. How are you doing, Florence?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Adam?
Yeah, pretty good, thank you. I've got tea, I've got an apple, I've had a biscuit. I can't complain. It's a pretty steady day.
Yeah,
And I'm excited to be here interviewing you today.
I'm excited as well. I look forward to the interview.
Brilliant, because it's such a big topic. I mean, I'm not sure how I'll cram in all the questions I'll need to ask, but I'll have a go. And I'll try my best not to put you on the spot too much.
All right, go ahead, Adam.
First off, your specialist subject is digital forensics and ethical hacking. Really cool. But what is ethical hacking and what do you get to do as part of that?
So I keep thinking of the job of ethical hacking and digital forensics as a superhero job, because most of the time you are trying, when you're an ethical hacker, you're trying to prevent bad people or evil people from getting into computer systems and getting information out of them. And I think one of the major things that attackers like to steal is people's data. So we're trying to safeguard that. You can also picture digital forensics as being a digital detective. So main job is to make sure that the computers, the phones, the laptops that we're using are safe and secure. So for example, in digital forensics, if someone tries to do something bad in a computer, for example, steal information, install a malware, my duty is then to use special tools and techniques to investigate that. So to find out what happened, who carried out that attack or theft, and sort of a detective investigating a crime, but it's just different that it's in a digital arena. So we're looking at digital clues that would help you identify what went wrong. So we're making sure that the laptops, mobile phones that we use are safe and protected from evil people, hackers. I would say that in short.
I'd never really thought about it as a detective in a digital arena. I like that. So slightly random question. I like to ask this to everyone I interview in some shape or form. What's your favorite computer science or hacking fact?
My interesting computer science fact is that, did you know that the first computer programmer was a woman? And her name was Ada Lovelace. So in the 19th century, she was the first person to write an algorithm designed to be processed by a machine. And it makes her a pioneer in the field of computer science. So I like this fact because it's such a cool reminder that women have played a crucial role in shaping the world of technology from the beginning.
My next question, if you could praise one thing and change one thing in the school curriculum, what would they be?
Interesting question, Adam. I think in terms of the technology curriculum, I feel like the UK education system really appreciates the importance of digital literacy. So you see that children are exposed to computers and digital technology at a very tender age, which is really cool. Another thing is that nowadays, as the students are being exposed to this technology, there is also an element of cybersecurity introduced. So like how to keep their passwords safe. I have a daughter who is in year 3 now, and she was telling me, I can't just share my email address with anyone else or my password with anyone else, which is really cool, I think, to introduce at an early age. So they are cyber aware as well as they are using these technologies. That's really commendable. On the other hand, I feel maybe if we could include more hands-on and practical, especially when we're looking at cybersecurity education. So students get exposed to the practical aspect as well. I think that would be my answer to that.
Thank you very much, and I'll come back to that in a question or two as well, because I'm interested in going into that in a bit more detail. But for now, like in terms of children maybe want to study it, are there sort of your top 3 subject recommendations that you'd pick out if a pupil wants to study digital forensics?
Of course. The 3 key subjects that I would recommend for students to put their heart on, or to put their minds on, is computer science. So there is an introductory, I think, to computer science. And they can also do maths, and maths is really important because in other aspects of digital forensics analysis and ethical hacking, mathematics play quite an important role. So when you're looking at issues like encryption, and you have element of statistical analysis and quantitative aspects, which you learn foundations in mathematics. Another subject would be information technology. So I think information technology seeks to just introduce IT basically to the students. So that would be relevant as well to help them prepare for studying digital forensics. However, I think one of the key things that students should learn or explore is learning problem solving skills. So it would be to their advantage maybe if they take extracurricular activities like programming clubs, because they help you to think, solve problems, and enhance your practical skills in programming, because there is also an element of programming in digital forensics. So I would say these 3, but also exploring other extracurricular activities related to science in general, or computer science in general, which would help them develop skills as they prepare to study digital forensics.
Thank you for that. As someone who tries to champion maths and English at every single opportunity, it always warms my heart to hear one of those subjects get mentioned when it comes to any career, because they are so important. So my next question is, are there any great resources that you'd recommend to learn more about digital forensics for kids, or even for teachers, if they want to sort of learn more about it so they can pass on those hands-on skills?
I did not find sources that are quite tailored to children. I think that's something that we need to look into, maybe developing children-friendly interfaces and information on digital forensics. However, some students might find the sources that I'm going to mention still relevant, as well as teachers. So there is Cyber First, but it's Cyber First offers opportunities to young people interested in cybersecurity courses. It also has competitions on there. And then there is also Capture the Flag. So it's CTF Learn website. So Capture the Flag sort of provides a gamified environment for students to practice their digital forensics and then cybersecurity skills. And there are also various resources online that students can go to and learn about forensics and cybersecurity. The 2 resources I would recommend: there is Forensics Wiki, like Wikipedia for forensics, and then there is Forensic Focus. So these are 2 resources that I could recommend that sort of introduces digital forensics and then gives you various elements, topics that you can look at and gain various skills in cybersecurity and digital forensics as well.
Thank you very much. You know, like you said you didn't find that many. That sounds like loads. No, thank you so much. You know, I'm super grateful for that. It's the sort of thing where when you don't know where to look, it's really hard to find these resources. So it's only when you become a bit of an expert in your field that you can sort of learn about these things and track them down. So it's always nice to hear that there's stuff out there. Thank you very much. Well, that's it from me. Until the next time, see you around.
Thank you, Adam. Bye-bye.